So it's a mess. It's a problem.
I think one question that I want to ask you is, and I've been puzzled about this myself, are we seeing more vulnerability because we're getting more diligent about reporting vulnerability? Are we seeing more vulnerability because there is more regulation around it, or in general there is more software, or all of the above?
Yes, exactly. I think in cybersecurity and in life, like we all love to argue everything in binary, like black and white. It's either this or it's that. And it's like, no, it's all the things. We have more CNAs, we have better vulnerability researchers, we have people who are using, Gen AI and LLMs to start to kind of identify vulnerabilities at a scale that maybe we couldn't do previously. People are starting to care more about vulnerabilities and ask more questions and want more transparency in reporting, for example. Vulnerability disclosure programs are getting more mature, bug bounty programs, things like that. And of course, we have more software. It runs everything from our consumer goods to our critical infrastructure to our national security and weapons systems, everything around our home. It's just so pervasive that, of course, more software equals more lines of code, which equal, just historically more vulnerabilities. And then if you look at the kind of quote unquote productivity boost that we see now from Gen AI, where it's democratizing everyone's ability to kind of go out and create applications and create software and create, things that they couldn't create previously. Or if you're a proficient software developer, be more productive and output more code velocity. It likely infers that we're going to see again an uptick or a growth in vulnerable code or vulnerable products and systems and software, and we are struggling to keep up with that, and that's a real problem. But then it takes us back to the beginning of the conversation, which is, if there's no onus or requirement on the software vendors, this is something that was emphasized in the U.S. National Cyber Strategy, which again, we'll see how that plays out if we have a new one, if it changes course. They were pushing for the onus or the responsibility for this to be on the software vendor, the people producing the products, right? Rather than this problem of all of us downstream who are consuming the products needing to patch faster or implement compensating or mitigating controls, things like that. Whether that changes or not, I think that's going to drive whether we see a major systemic change in the number of vulnerabilities entering the ecosystem, or if it just keeps going up exponentially and we keep struggling to keep up with it.